Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Throwback Thursday. Today, we're going back to 1989, and we're going to open up a box of 89 Donruss Baseball's Best. I don't think I've ever done this before. It's kind of like a bonus set, an offshoot of regular Donruss. And 89 Donruss was one of my favorite releases of the Junk Wax period. That was the first year I got into cards, and I bought a ton of Topps and Donruss that year. Those were my main two go-to sets, as they were both 50 cents a pack back then. I really liked the design, and this is a set I've never opened up before. So we're going to check this out. Thank you very much for joining us. This special box, I never saw it when I was a kid, but every now and again I'll see it out at a flea market or an antique mall. And this particular one I picked up at a card shop about a month or two ago from the mall, from Gator JJ's. So let's check it out and see what we can find. This was $30. Hope we get some good stuff in here. If I'm not mistaken, there's a Griffey Jr. in here, kind of like an alternate rookie card. Let's see what we can do. There's a little tray in here, and there's a kind of like a cello pack where each tray lies. Very interesting. Looks like, or I may have damaged my Oral Hershiser a little bit. Whoops, that kind of stinks. Oh, there's a Warren Spawn mini puzzle. They give you a bunch of these. So they got the puzzle all done for you, at least the mini puzzle. You used to be able to complete a larger puzzle with, they would give you 3 pieces that would be about the equivalent of a baseball card size. I used to put those together. I did the Spawn, I did the Yastrzemski in 1990, I did the 91 Willie Stargell. Those were always fun. So let's see what we can do. There's no checklist on the box, but let's get into this and see what we can find. Hopefully there's some good stuff. So I don't know if these are organized by number or what. They might be. Flip them over in the back, and maybe if they are organized by number, that will save me a little bit of time of sorting the set out. Looks like that ends in 56. Joe Carter. Maybe this is card number 1 to 56 of the set. So let's see what we got. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And you can see Don Mattingly is going to start it off. These are all designs. Yep, that is card number 1. All designs that you maybe haven't seen before. Tom Glavine right there. There's Andre Dawson. This is baseball's best players of 89. Would have a different back on the backs of all of them. George Brett, Ellis Burks, Kirk Gibson there. Fresh off of his 88 World Series home run in Game 1 to win it. There's Alan Trammell. This is pretty cool. A lot of these pictures, it's almost like getting like a photo variation of an 89 Donruss card. There's Doug Drabeck. You didn't see these out in the wild all that much because this was kind of sold as a complete set, so people weren't really ever breaking the setup just to sell singles. There's Roberto Alomar. Carney Lansford. There's Will Clark. He's been all over our channel recently. We've been pulling a lot of his autos. Got Ryan Sandberg right there. Almost like a 89 Donruss update type feel to this. Dale Murphy. There's Bobby Bowe. I've never seen that. I feel like I've never seen this card in my life. I would have loved this card back in the day. Bobby Bowe. His original 89 Donruss is like a profile of him. I used to love that card. It's like a side view of him batting at the plate. Tim Wallach. I wonder if Van Slyke has a card in this. He was my favorite player growing up. Greg Maddux. It looks like this set is going to be about 336 cards too. So it's a pretty large set. There's Tony Gwynn. Get all the stars in there. And then with 336 cards, I wonder if we're going to start seeing repeats. There he is. The Andy Van Slyke. Baseball's best. I want to see this Griffey. I feel like I've seen the Griffey a couple times. There's Eric Plunk squinting real hard without his glasses. Can barely see. Good old Eric Plunk. Ernie Riles right there. Harold Reynolds. There's Robin Yount. A lot of Hall of Famers in this. There's Nolan Ryan. I feel like I've never seen this card before either. Again, this isn't a super expensive set, as I paid $30 for this box, and I wonder what these go for on eBay. I should probably check it out. I don't think they're all that expensive, which means they probably printed a bunch of these. I remember the 89 Topps Traded set. I used to be able to find those out at the flea markets all the time for maybe $10 for the whole set, which was it felt like a great deal. 1989 Donruss Baseball's Best. Let me take a look and see what this goes. I'm just curious now. What sealed boxes go for? I see Ken Griffey Jr. the rookies in here. I think that might be another set. You know what? I can't find it in here. Baseball's Best box. Here it is. $47. Somebody has it for $120, $50, $37. You can buy it right now. The cheapest I can see is $37.90. Then you'd have to pay tax on it. So I got a pretty good deal. $30 out the door. You're probably going to be paying about $45 at the lowest after the shipping and tax and everything. All right, there's Jose Canseco with a little gash in the card because I freaking... That was not very thick cellophane. I'm so glad that this is a personal break, and I'd feel really bad if I ruined somebody's Jose Canseco. I'd have to give them some extras. There's Roger Clemens right there. Mark Langston looking all down in the dugout. Chet Lemon. Speaking of looking down or feeling down, Pirates with a loss today. Barry Bonds. Man, what a cool card this is. I've never seen this before. Love this card. Barry Bonds. Yeah, this is a set that I don't know if I really care about having this set, but some of these singles I would definitely, top load up and throw into the PC, like that Bonds. There's Ricky Henderson, but yeah, Pirates losing a heartbreaker. Randy Johnson, alternate rookie card right there. That's pretty cool. Harold Baines, a Hall of Famer. John Smoltz, alternate rookie card. Very nice. Wonder if we'll see Gary Sheffield in here. There's another one. Andy Van Slyke. Maybe a Craig Biggio. There's Eddie Murray. Sean Dunston laying down the bunt. Mike Scott pitched in with his eyes closed for some reason. Or Donruss just did him dirty and put a mid-blink card on there, like that was the only picture they could have chosen. Sometimes you think, why would they go with that photo of the player? This is a cool card. My brother would have loved this card back in the day. Jose Lean, that was his favorite player. And I swear, I've never seen this card before. A bunch of these I've never seen. Ricky Jordan was a good rookie back in the day. There's Fred McGriff, Don Slott, the former Bucko. Still looking for that Griffey. There's Barry Larkin. And moving on to the next pack. I think it's this one. Man, I thought I missed my upload today for the first time this decade. We went for a couple little hikes in Ohio Pile today, which is a state park. Took the whole family down there. It was a beautiful day, like 85 degrees. So we went out to eat and then went down there. Jackson getting to enjoy the waterfall and everything. Then we got home. I had daddy duty. I had to put Jackson to bed. And my wife was like, his sheets are dirty. You need to just, have him fall asleep in our bed. So I laid down with him in our bed and then completely fell asleep immediately. And then I woke up and the whole house was pitch black. I didn't know what time it was. I didn't know what day it was. There's Gary Sheffield rookie card right there. All right. That's a nice card. You ever get that feeling you fall asleep and then you wake up, you don't know where you are at all? I was like, am I even late for work? That ever happened to you before? You fell asleep the night before and forgot to set an alarm? That's the worst. Luckily, it was only a little after 10 o'clock, so I had slept for about maybe 2 hours. There's Jeff Robinson with the Mr. Rogers smile. It's a good picture of Jeff Robinson, I guess. There's Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer. It's a great card. Mark Davis, Cy Young Award winner right there. And another Cy Young Award winner, Dennis Eckersley, and a Hall of Famer. I want to go to the Hall of Fame at some point. That's on my list of things to do. I've been there before, but last time I was there was, I think, 2010. There's Wade Boggs taking a pitch. Kind of a terrible centering on this picture. Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. Cal Ripken Jr. I would have loved this card back in the day. Had a whole Ripken binder. And PC'd him from probably 1992 to 95, 96. I got a head start on him because I would always read the backs of all of my baseball cards, and I saw that his consecutive game streak, where that was at, and kind of figured it out, okay, Lou Gehrig's 2130, Cal Ripken's at this, 162 games. When's he going to do this? 1995. Bob Walk with the mullet. Man, what a great picture that one is. I used to absolutely hate Bob Walk back in the day. I was like, why is this bum even on the Pirates? And now he's one of the best color analysts in the game. I've enjoyed listening to him for the last, I don't even know, 20, 25 years on the radio. He does a great job. He's my favorite Pirates color analyst. Billy Hatcher, former Pirate right there. Also former Red. I really don't like Billy Hatcher at all. He's also former Reds. I don't know if he's still a coach or not. He used to always troll around the outfield with his bat as a coach with the Reds. Walt Weiss, back in the day, now manager of the Braves. Terry Pendleton, another Bucka right there, John Smiley. Still no Griffey. Man, I thought for sure there was Griffey in here. Maybe there's not. Maybe the Griffey I'm thinking of is Griffey the Rookies, 89. Oh, is this it? Oh, look who that is. Omar Vizquel, right? Some of you are like, wait a minute. That's not Omar Vizquel. That is an error card. That is not Omar Vizquel. This player, you can kind of see the last name on his jersey starts with a C. That is Darnell Coles, former Pirate who once hit 3 home runs in a game. Not Omar Vizquel, but if it was, it would have been his rookie card. I believe it's an uncorrected error, so that error never got fixed. Clay Parker looks like he's about to be interviewed, and he's absolutely terrified. I don't remember him whatsoever. No major league record. I wonder if Clay Parker ever even made it to the league. I guess maybe he did if they put a card out of him. And Corey Snyder. Next up, this one would be the next one up if I'm keeping these all in the sequential order. Let's Throwback Thursday, opening some old cards here. We got Bo Jackson. Everybody always wonders what would have been if Bo Jackson would have just stayed healthy and not played football. Maybe he would have been a Hall of Famer. There's Jim Abbott. It's his rookie card. Jerome Walton, another rookie. Everybody was all about Jerome Walton back in the day. Craig Biggio, alternate rookie card right there. That's pretty cool. A Hall of Famer right there. I don't know if these would be considered rookie cards or not, but, that's from his rookie year. Still pretty awesome. Melito Perez warming up in the bullpen, back when all the bullpens were in foul territory. I think almost all the bullpens now have been moved into actual bullpens. Like some of the last ones we had were probably Wrigley and out in San Francisco. I think those have been moved indoors. There's Gary Carter with a check swing, holding up. Did he go? No, Gary Carter held that one back. That was instant replay. Teddy Higuera right there. Another Pirate coming up, Ray Quinones. I don't remember him at all. I don't think he really played all that much when I was watching. I think he may have played a little bits and pieces of 89 and was out of there. There's Wally Backman. Steve Balboni. There it is. Man, that's an awesome card. The Ken Griffey Jr. card. Look at this one. I wonder what this one would go for in, say, these have been wrapped up in this box. That was right smack dab in the middle of that. I mean, I would assume that if I sent that off to be graded, I should be able to get a 9 on it at least, right? I know they're pretty tough with the grades. Ken Griffey Jr., PSA. Let's see what a PSA 10 of this goes for. It's card number 192. And man, I see one right now that is ending in 5 days with bids on it for 22, and then I see somebody else has it on there for $1,200. So you got to watch. $1,200. This one's at 22. So what's the real price? What I usually like to do is click on the advanced tab, and there's other sites you can use too. You can maybe use Card Ladder and stuff like that. But for me, wow, this might actually be worth sending off and just taking a flyer on it. Look at what these have sold for. $906 in a PSA 10. $815 in a PSA 10. I mean, if I can send this off and get a 10 on it somehow, some way, I'm looking at an $800 or $900 card right there, right out of the box. You know, it's not easy to get a 10, and I'll take a look at the disparity. Look what a 9 goes for. $55. From $900 to $44. Isn't that crazy? Not even in the ballpark. $39. Like, you can barely recoup your grading fees. And then good luck if you get one of those graders that is just having a bad day, gives you an 8 on it. Because you're looking at, you won't even get your grading fees back. $22, $24. That just goes to and you could send this card in one day to one grader and get an 8. Send it another day to another grader, you get a 10. What a bunch of price disparity. From $20 to $40 to $900. Man, you have to just really, really look at the card. I would probably say that this one might not get a 10. And that's just my feeling. I feel like it might be about 40-60 centering. Yeah. So I feel like they'd give it a 9. Man, but this might be something for some of you guys that are like, you know what? That's a pretty cool card. I've never had that Griffey. I kind of want it. And I think maybe, you know what, Jebs? You mentioned these sets are like $40 to $50 on eBay after tax and shipping. Maybe I'll just go buy a set. And then if you buy a set and you get a perfectly centered Griffey in the middle of a pack, why not send it off and take a chance? Pay whatever the fees. What is it, $25 to grade a card now? If you can get a 10, you make a whole bunch of money. If you don't get a 10, you got still a nice card on hand. That's a pretty awesome card. There's the rest of these. Yeah, Donruss basically came up with a whole other sister set here. It feels like they just maybe got rid of some of the worst players. Although there are some players in here that aren't that great. There's Chris Sabo. Like Joel Skinner. He's getting a card after hitting 227 in 88. Next one up. Earl Hershiser on the top. Earl Hershiser is still around and doing some analyst work. Got a little bit of damage on the card thanks to me being dumb and ripping into it like it was a modern hobby box. Bob Stanley, he was on the mound during the Buckner incident. Totally threw Buckner under the bus. That was just a whole unfortunate thing there. The 86 World Series. How about the World Series ending with Buckner on deck? Like he had a chance to redeem himself, but just missed it by a batter. Man, I've never seen Ron Kittle this happy before. Man, he is super stoked to be included in the 89 Donruss Baseball's Best Set. I would have been too. Ron Kittle all hyped up. Dick Schofield teaching the cameraman there how to throw a four-seam fastball. Just like right mid-explanation, and the guy just snaps a picture of him. There's Ernie Witt, former catcher. Kevin Brown, another just terrible picture mid-blink. Like Kevin Brown just looks like he didn't get any sleep in that picture because that picture was taken at a bad time. It seems like most of these pictures The photographer just took one shot. That was it. Whatever comes out, that's what we're going with. Ken Caminetti laying down a bunt. Bob Boone looking really old and tired right there. I guess that was at the end of his career. One of the 3 generations of Boones. Ray Boone, Bob Boone, Aaron Boone, Brett Boone. Where's the 4th generation of that family? Do we have any sons from Brett Boone or Aaron Boone? That would be crazy if they could continue that. I don't know. Those guys, their sons are probably in their 30s now, if they even had any. Those guys are most likely in their mid-50s, I would imagine. So the Boone dynasty is finally over. Although, Aaron Boone's still around, managing. There's Jose Rijo right there. Bobby Witt Sr., that's Bobby Witt Jr.'s dad, who was a pitcher. And here's our last pack. It's a fun little throwback Thursday. Thanks for joining us for it. Again, sorry for the late upload, but after our fun day out, completely fell asleep. Nick Kasaski, I don't even know if that a bunt, or is he trying to hold up his swing? Another weird picture. John Farrell, what's he even looking at? Kind of looking up in the sky instead of looking at the catcher, Hubie Brooks. This is Bo Diaz right there. Bo Diaz, first player during my experience in the big leagues who passed away. He died in 1990, I think, or maybe in the offseason, the 89 to 90 offseason. Pascal Perez, kind of like that windup right there, but really kind of just showing the grip. Probably not a good idea. A batter might be able to pick that up. Jim Eisenreich, I remember him. DH. See if there's any other good ones in here. So we're about ready to wrap this one up. This is Brian Harvey, former closer. Billy Ripken, Cal's little brother. I just like Eric Hansen a lot. And there he is biting his lip. I liked him only because he spelled his name the same way I do. And that was kind of rare to see. A slam with Sammy Sosa right there. That's a pretty nice find right there. Most of the time, when you think of Sammy Sosa, you think of Sammy Sosa's rookie card as 1990. 90 Topps, 90 Donruss, 90 Fleer, 90 Upper Deck. I'm trying to think of any 89 Sammy Sosa's off the top of my head. I did not realize that would be in there. That's a pretty cool card right there. Sammy Sosa, 1989 baseball's best. He had not appeared in the big leagues at all in 88. I don't know. That's a pretty cool card. Sammy Sosa, who would go on to just have some crazy good home run seasons. 3 seasons of over 60 home runs. Dennis Cook, known for terrible baseball card pictures, most notably his 93 Upper Deck. He just looks really upset on that card. There's the checklist. Another checklist. I was wondering, where's all the checklists at? Here we go. Rob Dibble. Cecil Espy, just really, really sweaty on that card. They didn't even get a chance to clean up a little bit before taking the picture. And the last card, Hall of Famer, great picture right there. Near the end of his career, Dave Parker. So there you have it. That is the 89 Baseball's best set. That's a fun set. Again, you can grab that whole set for like $40 right now off of eBay if you want to, and then maybe try your hand at getting that Griffey graded. Getting maybe a $900 card. I would have set mine off to be graded if I would have thought it has a chance, but mine's a little off center. 40 to 60, I would say, so I don't think so. Probably get a 9 on it. But anyway, come on by and check us out tomorrow. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. I got to work. And then once I get home, my wife and I are going to decide if we're going to go to the Pirates game. I've got tickets to the game. It's fireworks night. So I didn't list that many breaks. I listed 3 or 4 breaks. I don't know if we'll start at like 8 o'clock or if we'll start at like 10 o'clock. But we have some breaks tomorrow. Right now, I only listed 4 rounds. If you want to check them out, they just opened up right now. And you can use this QR code to get $15 off. Lock in your teams early, and I'll give you a jersey, potentially. So if you pick up your spots now or tomorrow at some point, anytime really before we go live. Once I do go live, I always start on YouTube first, go live for about 5 minutes and give some free stuff away to the people that lock their teams in early. And you can go check those teams out right now and grab your spots because they are now open. Hope to see you in our stream tomorrow. That QR code that you just saw, that'll bring up the sign up for Whatnot. You'll get $15 with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Thursday night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Careful.
There's so much glass everywhere. It's crazy. Are you doing Whatnot on YouTube?
I'm just taking a video.
Okay. Yeah. Na, 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 na.